So let's talk about andropause. So what is it? So andropause is essentially the male version of menopause, and you've probably heard about that. So it's when our hormones gradually drop off. Testosterone is one, but it's not just the most important one. There's DHEA, and there are other androgen hormones which drop off as we age. And what happens is as we get this reduction in hormones, our energy levels drop off, our muscle mass drops off, we don't sleep as well. We start to get moody, and it can develop into quite severe depression as well. And we just generally don't feel great. We get aches and pains. And we put all this down to aging, and it is to a certain degree, but a lot of it's got to do with our hormone levels. And if we can rebalance our health, our hormone levels come back to the level they were when we were younger, and we just feel so much better. And, this was all developed out of myself actually finding that I was in an andropause situation at the age of around 45. I'm 50 now. So I experimented and developed some products and programs that help to slow that process, because it's inevitable it's going to happen. It's not, will it happen to me? It's going to happen, buddy. I tell you right now, it just has to happen as we age. But there's how you work on your health and how you do the right things for your body determines that degree of decline. And it can happen really rapidly, or it can be a really slow, gradual process into your 70s, 80s, and even 90s if you're doing the right things for your body. And that's what our programs and products are all about. So let me give you an idea of the most important things for you. So the first is managing your stress levels. And what I found, and I see very commonly, is guys in their 40s to 50s and 60s, they build themselves into positions in life where they've got a lot more responsibility. They become managers, they become CEOs, they become the boss. And, we don't get any sort of recognition or support for that. Is you've got all the weight of the world on your shoulders, financial worries that go with that. And that builds a lot of stress. And guys don't have an outlet often like women do, that they talk to their friends. We often just bear it all because we just feel like it's just life. But there's so many guys in this situation when stress is such a big issue. And then when you're stressed, then that leads into the second element, is you stop sleeping as well as what you should. And when you don't sleep, that's just a killer for testosterone and hormone levels. It's also a killer for your blood sugar levels. It increases blood pressure. There's a whole range of knock-on effects for your health and well-being when you're not sleeping well. So we start with the stress. We don't sleep well. Often then we're not eating as well as we should, and we're drinking a bit too much. Alcohol kills your testosterone levels. And then with all this, and we just don't have the energy and the time, then we stop exercising. And that's a really critical part to it, because, if you lie in a hospital bed for 3 days and do nothing, you can lose a huge amount of muscle mass. But you think about that decline over maybe 10, 15, 20 years of what you used to do when you were younger, playing football, surfing, whatever it was. We're a lot more active. But when you get into this position in life, we tend to slow down dramatically, and we just don't use those muscles. So we get that muscle wasting. And if you don't have that demand, then the hormone production is not there to support it. Right. So when we're really physically active in our 20s, we've got high testosterone levels because we are physically active. And it's this chicken and egg situation. But all those things, as I said, when they compound, we don't eat as well, we don't sleep as well, we're stressing, we're not as active, our hormone levels drop off. And that leaves us in this situation in our 40s often, maybe it's in your 50s, where we're just that lack of motivation, you're moody, you're stressed, you're not sleeping well, you're gaining weight, you're losing muscle mass. And it's all very gradual. And that's the thing. And that's why I found really hard to put a pin on what was happening. I was thinking, what the hell is going on? But when I started to really look at it and talk to friends and colleagues about it, it sort of hit me in the head is, hey, this is happening to me. Because, I was active still, I was eating well, but all those pressures of life just got to me too much, and that stress level, and I wasn't releasing it as I should have been. It all just added up, and I thought, I don't want to live the rest of my life this way. So that's why I developed this program. That's a little bit about what's happening in your body. And if you're recognizing some of these symptoms, then take our online assessment. That'll give you a bit of better idea of what programs and products will be able to support you. Let us know if you've got any questions. I'm here to help and, simplify this, what's happening in your life, because it's not actually that difficult. It's about doing the right things to your body, a couple of supplements as catalysts to help regress that decline that's occurred. And, you don't have to put up with all these symptoms. There is a solution. So here to help. Let me know if you've got any questions.